What's up, guys? Hopefully this will be a little less scuffed now that we've done this before and figure out what's going on. But welcome back to PitchPassPod. My name is Brett.
Hey, it's me, Brando. How's everyone doing this week?
And this is our bye week before Super Bowl Sunday. The divisional championship games are over. The NFL is scripted, and we're seeing the Kelsey Bowl.
And the very first time we've had two black starting quarterbacks play against each other in the Super Bowl.
Love to hear it.
What an awesome thing to happen during
For
Black
real.
History Month.
It's so surprising that it hasn't happened before.
It is really surprising it's never happened before.
But,
I was like, hey, has this ever happened before?
Yeah.
And then it took like a whole day after the championship happened for people like, yeah, this hasn't happened before.
Yeah. There's only been three that have won the Super Bowl. It was Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and I remember the other one was 87.
Yeah, the first one that ever started, Greg Williams.
Greg Williams, thank you. I knew it started with a G, yeah.
Hey, I got you.
At least I knew the year this time. That's better than usual. That's something.
Do you know the team?
Oh, God. I want to say Steelers, but I feel like it's not. I have no idea.
Washington Redskins.
You know what? We got the year right. We got the year right.
Yeah, hey, I'm the history buff here. I'm happy you knew the year, though. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Okay.
You know, I'm seeing one thing that I'm seeing a lot of today is like people are debating like who's the greatest of all time of the black quarterbacks, and I'm like, you know, in my opinion, we know who the greatest of all time is. Okay, this is not a surprise to anyone. This is not a shock to anyone, but you definitely have to acknowledge the
What came to my mind was Michael Vick.
We have to acknowledge the Randall Cunningham, the Warren Moon, the all of the
Michael Vick, like I just mentioned.
yeah, all of these great quarterbacks that we've seen.
I want to make a campaign for Michael Vick to be in the Hall of Fame. Because I think there's one of two things you have to do to be a Hall of Famer in the NFL that you should have to do. Either A, you are the best at your position for a span of time in the NFL.
Yeah.
Or you changed the game, or the game had to change because of you.
Yes, I agree.
And Michael Vick hits that second.
Definitely. Yeah, no, he was like the prototypical dual threat quarterback. I agree. Yeah, he was the blueprint for what we see
Lamar
today.
Jackson.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. But definitely this is something that we should celebrate how great the history of the NFL has been and how great some of these quarterbacks that we've seen have been. And I think that just kind of appreciating what the Super Bowl is going to mean. It's going to mean, you know, one way or the other, it's going to be another great black quarterback winning a Super Bowl. So which is
amazing.
Yeah.
And also, you gotta love like how they both play the game differently as well.
Yes.
It's contrasting styles of play as well.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is more of a pocket passer who can run a little bit, just scrambles in the pocket.
Yeah, dude, he's got like emergency speed.
Yeah.
He's got like oh shit. Yeah.
He has here's the thing. Patrick Mahomes skates on the sideline a little bit because he knows what's gonna happen.
Well, he's either gonna get hit or he's gonna get extra yards because they can't hit him. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, just want to get in the game then?
Yeah, I was gonna start on Eagles 49ers because there's less to talk about, but yeah, let's definitely hop into this.
I was about to say that's kind of more of a prelude to Chiefs Bengals later.
So yeah, this game. First of all, I don't know what the Bengals offensively were scheming in the first half, but they did such a great job of readjusting their protection in the second half. So
yeah,
they did what I call pillars, where they have two floaters out to like kind of help the offensive line and pick up either any missed blocks that they need to, or they can go out and run a route, or they can chip. They can do whatever they need to do to protect Burrow. And I think Burrow only got sacked once in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were in a split back set with like either Joe Mixon or Samaje Perine playing running back,
and the tight end on the other side.
Well, not even a tight end. They took out the tight end, took out Hayden Hurst, and they had Wilcox, their fullback.
Did they? Oh yeah, you're right.
Will
Yeah,
has
you're
the
right.
fullback in.
I remember hearing that.
Other back in the backfield, 2 blocked for them.
Yeah, you're right.
That was the big adjustment. You are correct. They did have a 2-back set right
Yeah.
there to make that adjustment. But man, your guys' defense came to play in that game. Those 5 sacks on Joe Burrow made the difference in the game.
Yeah, I heard so many people
Chris Jones popped
comping Chris Jones to the cocaine bear in that game.
Dude, Chris Jones went cocaine bear on them.
Yeah.
That's what he was out there. He got his first 2 playoff sacks in that game.
And Frank Clark got 1.5. Karlaftis got 1, and Willie Gay pre-injury got that half sack in there. Yeah, you're right, dude. I can't believe I forgot that. For some reason, I was just thinking that Hurst was back there, but they did take him out.
Yeah, because I would have taken him out after you dropped that touchdown pass that Burrow put in his hands.
In his
first
hands,
quarter, too.
yeah.
Like damn near could have just he damn near could have just walked it over to you.
This could have been a very different game.
Imagine if they got Cole Kmet in the draft. That'd be interesting.
You know.
Well, honestly, if I was them, I would just hope one of the tackles fall to me in the draft. But
I really think that the kid from Notre Dame is going to go to Cincinnati this year. I really do. The tight end for Notre Dame.
Cole Kmet.
Is that his name? Oh, okay.
No, that's Cole Kmet. No, Cole Kmet plays for the Bears.
No, I know who you're talking about. I'm talking about for this year.
That was Michael Mayer.
Yeah.
Or Myers. It looks like Michael Myers, honestly, when it's split out.
It might be. You know, I don't know.
I swear. I absolutely love that type from Notre Dame. But man, I also just kind of want to see Cincinnati get a deep threat. The tight end position that can really stretch the field vertically.
I think that the thing that would really, really help them is a tight end who can both block and catch, because Hurst does a great job of blocking.
I mean, that's Michael Mayer then.
Yeah, exactly. I think they need help with both run blocking and pass protection. I think that's really kind of Cincinnati's number one downfall is they upgraded their offensive line, but obviously we've seen it get wrecked several times this year. And again, my number one criticism of Joe Burrow, is he holds on to the ball for too long. Getting sacked is a quarterback stat. I'll get closer. Getting sacked is a quarterback stat.
For the most part.
Obviously. I mean, if you're Justin Fields,
it's not your fault. This.
But
he still had 3 offensive linemen out, and he got sacked 5 times. For the record, that happened to Patrick Mahomes too in the playoffs.
Absolutely,
You have 3/4 of your, literally 60% of your line.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Hey, you know what?
60% of your offensive line is just gone.
I said I didn't want to hear any excuses. I said I didn't want to hear any excuses about it. And you know what?
Hey,
credit to Bengals fans that I didn't hear a lot of excuses about
Bengals fans owned up to that game, and they took that loss like champions.
Well, you know what? The real ones did, but the ones who love that he's beating Mahomes were like, "Oh, NFL is scripted. The Chiefs can't lose. That wasn't a roughing penalty at the end when he hit him going out of bounds." Yes, it was. Shut up. Learn the rules.
No, I can understand them wanting a holding call. And
holding is fine. That's fine.
But
the hit out of bounds? The hit out of bounds
was 100% call.
100%.
If he didn't hit him out of bounds, much different. Just don't fucking touch him.
Literally.
Even if you just tap him, he can just fucking
flop.
flop.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
It's Patrick Mahomes. You're gonna throw the flag.
10 out of 10 times.
It's the NFL's asset. Don't be stupid. But I also feel for him.
Yeah.
That's such a rough situation to be
in. And his teammates giving him shit after. That's not right.
Okay. His teammate didn't apologize. Pratt apologized for it. But you have to respect BJ Hill for being by his side in those interviews and fucking sticking up for him.
Yes.
This was his first full year as a starter. He was hurt most of his rookie season.
Yeah.
He was playing his fucking balls.
Oh, he had a great game. Yes.
Yeah, he was playing great up until he just fucking
3 tackles and 2 assists. Yeah. He was playing great.
And he was getting after Mahomes. He was getting pressure.
Yeah. Let's.
I do think.
Yeah. Sorry.
Here's my hot take. Joseph Asaya is gonna have a great year next year.
I agree. I think he's a fantastic player.
Because I like that he can rush from both over the guard on
Yes.
tackles. Like he's not like some like guy who's like 280 either. He's like doing like 275, like 270 pounds. Like so he can still like come off the edge.
Yes.
I think he's a good complement with like Sam Hubbard, who like is a guy you kind of want to move around a little bit.
Definitely.
This Bengals team is going to be interesting going forward in this offseason because they have to think about Joe Burrow's coming up
and Jamar and T. Yeah. This game, I want to give credit to the Bengals defensive line because they did a really, really great job of stuffing the run. A bunch of Chiefs got injured in this game, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Pacheco was held to 2.6 yards average per rush. He had 10 carries for 26 yards. Not very good. Jarrett couldn't get it going. Rojo only had the 1 carry, got no gain. Mecole had a couple of nice rushes, but we'll talk about Mecole again in a minute. The thing that really won this game for us is MVS, 100%. And exactly what I was talking about. The gap coverage with Kelsey is when they maintained the double on him. MVS is that deep threat that we really needed, and he really stepped up, especially when Mecole and Tony were out. So, you have to give credit to. I mean, listen to this. MVS caught 6 passes. Travis Kelce caught 7 passes. We know he's fantastic. Of course, it's Travis Kelce. Pacheco caught 5. Jerick McKinnon caught 2. Sky Moore caught 3. Marcus Kemp caught 1. Mecole caught 2. Tony caught 1. Juju caught 1. And Noah Gray caught 1. That's 10 receivers. 10.
Yeah.
We were throwing to a guy that we had elevated from the practice squad. Like...
Yeah, and I don't know if I said it on Pitch Pass or if I said it when I guessed on Emerson Berry at Dynasty Analyst on Twitter, if anyone wants to follow him. It's either on his podcast or ours, where I said MBS was going to be an X factor for the Chiefs, and he was going to be who could take over for this game for them.
You might have said it on
both. I probably did say it on both. And I also put on Twitter that if I had to bet anyone anytime TD score, I would have bet MBS.
If you... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, continue. What were you going to say?
If you watch that play, MVS was the last read on the play. Pat went through 3 separate reads before finding MVS, and not only was it such a perfectly timed and thrown ball, the time between him recognizing where MVS was, where there was that slight little gap in coverage, and darting that ball.
Yeah.
The velocity of that ball, it went straight. There was no dip in that ball whatsoever. That was
just on the laser.
Inhuman. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, I feel like him and prime Aaron Rodgers are the 2 best throwers of football I've ever seen. When it comes to arm angles, and arm strength and velocity they can put on the ball at different points in the field. Those are probably the 2 best throwers of football I've ever seen. Together with accuracy.
Okay, together with accuracy, definitely. I was going to say there's some honorable mention. Like, you could throw Joe Flacco in there with the...
Especially, like, rolling out to either side.
Definitely. Being able to throw off balance at angles, just, like, make it look effortless. Yeah, I completely agree with you. There's a few, like, Mike Vick had a cannon, but not the accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of guys who, throw, like, Aaron Rodgers and Michael Vick, and even though he kind of fucking sucks ass, Zach Wilson, all of that throw with that flick of the wrist motion, know how to use their lower body and make torque with their core.
Yes, exactly.
Like, such great rotation on it and so much power on it, on those throws.
On the Bengals side, there's a few things to talk about here. Joe Mixon, this is the thing to talk about. If you have not been watching any news, reading any Twitter, anything, I'll let you take the floor for this one because you have the more news accurate,
more in depth on it.
Yeah.
So pretty much, this happened right before the wild card game against the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
I guess Joe Mixon.
Notorious woman respecter. We already know.
Oh, we've already seen the video of him punching a woman in the face,
knocking her out. Yeah.
And then running off.
Piece of
Joe
shit.
Mixon, I guess, threatened this woman with a gun, saying, "I will blow your face off. I don't care. The police can come get me."
Yep.
and then left.
Yep. Aggravated menacing, right?
Aggravating menacing. It's a he threatened her life and pointed a fucking gun at her. Not, if you want to say it in legal terms, is it supposedly, or I don't care. Like something along those lines.
Yeah. Allegedly.
That's the police report.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And I don't understand.
Okay, and then
how is that a misdemeanor?
I don't fucking know. The charges today were dropped.
Yeah.
Because right now it's just hearsay. It's just he said, she said on the situation. But it could be reopened at a later time if they find more evidence.
It should be. It needs to be.
Dude, I wonder if the Bengals are going to put up with it. Okay, hot take. This is too good of a rookie running back class. Samaje Perine.
He's been
outplayed
balling
this year.
Yes, definitely. No,
Second
I agree.
half of the year. Second half of the year.
Ever since
Perine outplayed him.
Yeah, ever since Mixon had that one big game, he's pretty much dead in the water. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. I think the star of the Bengals in this game was really T. Higgins because I mean Jamar.
And Jamar played really well too. He just needed to get more targets.
Yes.
T. Higgins was targeted 11 times. Jamar was only targeted 8 times. Both had 6 catches.
Tyler Boyd also definitely deserves. I mean, I honestly feel like all of the Bengals receivers played really, really well, even down to Trenton Irwin. But the Chiefs' defense was able to get so aggressively after. Yeah. In terms of injuries, I think the only one that I know of that the Bengals lost was Tyler Boyd, right? And then the Chiefs, we lost Pacheco. I think it was both of his ankles is what they listed him as. Mecole, who had the abdominal injury and has re-injured his pelvis.
Kadarius Toney got hurt in the game.
Tony, or maybe it was Tony that has both ankles. I know it was one of them, or maybe his was the thigh contusion. I know there's a bunch of injuries.
It's so crazy watching Kadarius Toney play because he'll make like 3-4 what the fuck wild amazing plays, and then after the third one he's hurt.
Yeah, and dude, he will literally juke his own ankles out. Like he just injures himself. I don't understand how.
It's so wild, man.
Juju tweaked his knee, and on the defensive side, well, on the offensive side, again, Travis Kelce still had back spasms going into this game. But when you go to the defensive side, Willie Gay had wrist or elbow or something. I don't remember exactly what he had. And then L'Jarius Sneed, one of our best guys in coverage, got a concussion really early on, so that really sucked. There were a lot of shitty, unfortunate injuries that happened in here. I'm really hoping all of our guys will be back for the Super Bowl.
I hope so too.
It's never fun to watch a team like, as we'll get into our next game, it's never fun watching a team get beaten down. But honestly, I think we won this game more than the Bengals lost it. More than the Bengals lost it, yeah.
Because you guys took advantage of opportunities. You guys fucking went for fourth downs.
Yeah.
You guys took risk in this game to win this game, and you guys capitalized.
Yeah, yes, definitely. If you enjoy watching, MVS was pivotal, but just pivoting off of what you said, he was the huge game changer on those third and fourth downs because, just his ability to get open and what he did, that was like pure heart and effort was everything I saw from him. Especially like shaking off those safeties, he did a great job. He really was the game changer. 6 receptions for 116 yards and a touchdown. I would argue I think he's had more yards in a game, but I think this is his most impressive game as a pro to me.
Yeah, as a Chief, he had good games as a Packer.
He did, but I think this is the most impressive one because it was the conference championship.
Okay.
And he had to step up when no one else was there.
Big moment for you.
Yeah.
Big moment, like, in the game. Even though he did show in the conference championship game against the Bucks. A little bit.
Yeah, but...
It's okay. We can see the shirt you're wearing. I understand.
I just think this was more impressive, in my opinion. I think. Yeah.
because essentially he had to play as the wide receiver one.
Yes.
Because everyone else
Yes.
went down.
Yes. Speaking of everyone else went down, holy 49ers.
Oh my God. So that play by Hassan Reddick, right?
I didn't throw the picture up. I felt bad about doing it.
Holy 49ers is right, though. That was a great way to put it. First offensive possession in the game. Like, literally, Brock Purdy, action pass, Hassan Reddick's getting blocked by their backup tight end, and
I have the
Purdy
picture. I'll find it.
You have the picture?
Somewhere I do. Maybe I didn't download it.
Somewhere I do. You don't have to put it if you don't want to, because Purdy's is gonna have to have Tommy John surgery because it messed up his elbow. He couldn't keep throwing the ball during the game, and that was basically it. If you have to have Josh Johnson come in, who fumbled a snap as soon as he came in as well, you're not gonna win this game. He actually Josh Johnson ended up getting hurt and got a concussion, so Brock Purdy had to come back in with torn LCL. Is that
UCL.
Right there.
UCL. Yeah.
And but hey, shout out to Brock Purdy for being 4 for 4 passing in that game.
Real, no joke. Yeah.
23 yards. He threw a couple screens after he tore it.
Well, yeah, because he had no juice left. You have to just feel for him at that point, because that's just...
Man.
Here, I just downloaded the picture. I'll pop it up real quick.
The 49ers defense in this game, honestly, was playing really well.
Yeah, I'm going to pop this up right above us. This was the picture that we were
This is
about.
Hassan Reddick with the strip sack on Brock Purdy.
Yeah, that was what bent his elbow backward and tore that UCL. That's terrible.
Yep. Just...
Anyway. Oh, wait, no, that was on Johnson. Sorry. Wait, did I grab the right picture? I think I grabbed the wrong picture.
You could have grabbed him concussing Josh Johnson.
I think that's the picture I grabbed. No,
Jalen Hurts did play pretty well in this game.
Definitely.
Passer.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell both had decent games.
Dude, remember when I joked about the Boston Scott touchdown last week, and then it fucking happened?
Know, and he just fucking did it. Okay. I will say, the 49ers lone touchdown by Christian McCaffrey.
Oh my
when he
God.
broke off 4 fucking tackles.
He's a beat. Oh, who did he cooked someone? Travis Ward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He cooked Ward. Ward was literally on the ground looking up at him.
Ward is on the 49ers. Ward is on the 49ers.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
Slay.
It was Slay.
Or
Slay.
Bradbury.
It was Slay.
One.
It was Slay. Slay was on the ground looking up at him like, hello?
Dude. McCaffrey is just so fucking good. Absolutely amazing running back. I feel bad for him. George Kittle was on the sideline at one point. Brock Purdy, he was ambidextrous. Yeah. Hey, can you throw lefty?
Throw lefty? Throw lefty?
Lefty, Brock? Lefty?
Nope. Trey Lance is going to take this team far.
Trey Lance is going to be a stud next year. I have no doubt about it.
Eagles already said 49ers are my Super Bowl pick for next year. If Lamar is healthy and re-signed with the Ravens, it's going to be Ravens 49ers.
Ooh.
I'm already throwing it out.
Hot take. You know what the Ravens should do? Trade for DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah. Well,
okay.
So I would love that.
Oh, actually, no. They probably couldn't afford it. Because you need to re-sign Lamar.
Yes. Yeah.
You're probably better off seeing if you can get Michael Thomas on like a cheap 1-year deal.
You know, there's a lot of places Michael Thomas could go.
I know, because he's gonna probably get cut by the Saints this year.
Oh, definitely. He's wasted their money for too long.
Because they have Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, who played pretty well in a couple of games for them.
Like statistically, by the metrics, he was like the best deep threat in like the second half of the season or something like that. Like, what? I don't even. It's like 20 yards or deeper. He was the best receiving threat in the league. I was like, what am I looking at?
Back to the Eagles. Shout out to the defensive line for playing so well.
Yeah. Oh my God.
They're so deep on the defensive line. It doesn't. Their defensive line is probably the best I've seen in the NFL in a long time, from top to bottom.
Oh yeah, no question in my mind. Yeah.
All they really need is just like one, like legit dominant edge rusher outside Because I feel like they have a bunch of just okay, good pass rushers on
Yeah.
the edge.
Yeah.
And Hassan Reddick.
Hassan Reddick is doing this year specifically. He has been an animal.
Sacks.
Yeah.
Which also, it's so wild that he wasn't like a defensive player of the year candidate.
I know. It is.
He should have been.
Whatever. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is up for MVP. Why isn't he anywhere near the defensive player of the year race? I think it should still be Nick Bosa, but
yeah, probably. You could look at it different ways. I guess the end of the year got kind of fucky.
If Nick Bosa wasn't so MAGA, it would be easier to want him to win.
Yeah, no joke.
Amazing player. I love watching Nick Bosa play.
As a football player.
As a football player, yeah. Ignore your political opinions.
This game was like we said.
He's anti-Justin Herbert.
Literally, yeah.
He's the bad guy equivalent of Justin Herbert.
He is. He definitely is. Justin Herbert with the media is so funny to me. But
Justin Herbert is one of my favorite quarterbacks, man. Dope, dude.
Speaking of
Eagles. So sorry, Eagles. Your quarterback's dope too. Jalen Hurts, MVP candidate.
Yeah.
And Eagles offense and defense took over in this game, especially when the 49ers couldn't do anything.
We'll have a much more focused and probably detailed Super Bowl show next week when we get a little bit more information about the injuries and stuff like that.
This show is more just to have fun
and
talk about what's been going on this week.
Yes. Well,
since we're done recapping the conference championship games now.
Tom Brady. What a fucking career. Tom Brady is the type of player that was so good that he made every team fan base in the league hate him, except for the Giants fan base. They're probably very thankful. But other than that, everybody hates him. But I think once he went to Tampa and you actually got to see Tampa Tom.
Him have fun.
Being a human being, getting fucking wasted on tequila, getting carried out after throwing the trophy to Gronk.
Getting a divorce.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay. Then he started dating a girl who was 20 years younger than Giselle.
Oh my god.
Who also just looks like Giselle 20 years
kind
ago.
Of, yeah.
Yeah,
dude, it's so
obviously he has a type.
That's what I meant when it was a while ago when I said that when we were actually discussing the Brady and Giselle divorce initially, and that's why I was saying it's kind of like that polarizing thing. And you're like, I don't know if polarizing is the right word because polarizing implies both the positive and negative. That's kind of the direction that I wanted to go, though, because it really has been one of those things for both of them where it's like, Giselle's typically been seen in a very, very positive light. But Brady has been specifically the polarizing one of the two where it's like people questioned his fatherness and they questioned what he did as a member of the family. And I think this year we kind of saw, especially with this game against the Cowboys, he was like, I can't get it done anymore.
Yeah.
Regardless of how much help he did or didn't have. We know that their line was a little bit fucky. Obviously.
With injuries.
Yeah.
And their defense wasn't performing to the standard that they have known. But he still got them to the playoffs.
Yes.
Lost to the Cowboys team that matched up with them very well.
And I think that specifically because he was 7-0 all time against the Cowboys before that. I think that was why he was like, I think it was a mortality thing. I think it was really just a check for him.
And I think another big thing, his son that he had with his first wife is playing high school football.
Yeah.
And he's already been flying back to go see his son's games. I think part of this is because he wants to go support his kids and go to all of his kids' sporting events now that they're all getting older now. And I think family is what played the biggest role because he could have went to the Raiders.
Yeah, and that's exactly.
Dolphins. He could have went to the 49ers. Those were his top 3 destinations.
That was our transition to the next segment. Yeah, the quarterback move thing. So Brady to the Raiders was probably the biggest narrative storyline, whatever you want to say. And I think honestly, I agree with you. I think he did that for his kids because he didn't want to pack up and move his family across the country. He knew they wouldn't want to do that, and he wasn't going to leave without them. So I think now it is going to be him focusing on being a good dad.
And he was playing the NFL for over. He spent more time of his life in the NFL and not in the NFL.
Literally, yeah, 23 years.
Yeah, something along those lines. I think like 23, 24 years. I have nothing but respect for Tom Brady, the greatest champion in the sport.
Agreed. Maybe in any sport.
Maybe in any sport. 7-2 in Super Bowls, went to fucking 9.
Yeah. You could make arguments for like Bill Russell or some of the other, but like
9 Super Bowls in the salary cap era in the NFL.
He was the most unselfish player, and that's what made him so good.
Yeah, because he would take less money, so he can have big talent around him, and he just what he could do mentally and understand what defenses were doing on every single play and knowing what the answer was in his offense.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And he also worked on his work ethic was ultimately what makes him the GOAT, because he also worked on his like technique to maximize his arm strength, because he didn't have that strong arm coming out. He got acceleration, he got zip, and he got velocity on his throwing motion and cleaned a lot of stuff up.
He worked on his flexibility and quick release because he knew that he wasn't ever going to be the guy that runs. Yeah, literally. He worked on plyometrics when he couldn't work on, that burst speed. Yeah. Yeah,
and obviously it worked for him because
longevity says enough.
Longevity.
Yeah.
I know.
But when you combine that longevity with that sustained success, it's just chef's kiss. Yeah.
And also just smart for him ending up with a loaded team in Tampa after he left
New England, knowing that they're a quarterback short of a. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you always hear like, "Oh, this team's just a quarterback short." Away. Yeah, and I mean, like, look at what happened with Denver. Like, obviously, you had a coach who didn't do the greatest. I don't think Hackett deserved to be crucified for their season, but
Sean Payne's going to do great things for him.
Oh yeah, and that's we're going to talk about that too, because my God. That's terrifying.
He's talking about that right now, even.
Yeah.
Imagine, Sean Payton had success with Drew Brees, a shorter quarterback who...
Less mobile, definitely.
Less mobile. And if he can get Russell Wilson to get better at attacking the middle of the field and not just on the outside, this Denver Broncos team could be very dangerous next year.
Yeah.
And I definitely think people should keep their Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy stock if they have it on their
And Tim Patrick, yes.
And Tim Patrick. Yes. Buy low on some of these guys.
And you know what?
Albert O too. Albert O too.
Yes.
You can get him for so cheap,
bro.
Or just pick him up from the waiver wire.
Literally.
He could even just be sitting there. Hold on. But maybe these are just some hot takes on my end.
No,
I do think
you are absolutely right. I am 100% with you. AO was one of my top free agent ads towards the end of last season, because I was like, when Russ gets right, because he's going to be there for probably 10 years. When Russ gets right, that is going to be a solid pick.
Yeah, and I think with Sean Payton being able to, who has worked with multiple different kinds of tight ends, I think maybe I'm chasing it, but he has a similar athleticism, similar build. I want him to have a Jimmy Graham season.
Yes, it's very possible. It really is.
And imagine if they also draft a guy like Tajay Spears from Tulane into this offense to maybe add a little bit to the receiving game, because Javonte Williams is...
Javonte's going to be... Yeah.
I don't know how... Without that Achilles, man, I don't know. It scares me.
I think he's still going to be good, but
I
agree with you. They do need help in the receiving game from running backs. Is something that they, But I think that if we want to continue down that path, let's talk about the other AFC West team that just got crazy good. The Chargers got Kellen Moore as their OC. That's terrifying, because he had the Cowboys with Dak as the number 2 offense in the league. Now you're getting
after being the number 1 offense the year before.
Yes. Yeah.
Literally number 1 offense last year, number 2 offense in the NFL this year, and they're like, "Nah, we're gonna fucking fire you." You know what I think?
It was an internal power struggle.
I think Kellen Moore I think that's something between him and Mike McCarthy.
It is
one of us gotta go.
Yes, it literally is. Yeah. So Mike McCarthy wanted to call plays. Is actually that's what the report said. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you know what? Good for Justin Herbert.
Literally,
Good for
bro.
Justin Herbert.
It's scary. It's scary. I'm scared. It's not going to be a cakewalk division.
And I'm so excited because Kellen Moore is actually going to dial up plays in an intermediate part of the field and a deep part of the field for Justin Herbert.
Use his skill set. Yes, literally.
Because when he does he hits him at a pretty good rate when he targets it. It just
oh my
doesn't
God,
happen
yeah.
very often.
No, you're absolutely right. I am right there with you. I'm excited to see it as a fan of the game, but as a supporter of, it's scary. It is. And you want to talk about the other AFC West team, the Raiders. Derek Carr, he showed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Skill position challenge the other day.
Yeah.
Dude, what did he score, like 21?
I don't know, but it 21? was he made everybody else look bad.
He did the best out of everyone. He sealed it for the AFC.
Yes, he did. And I mean, we had Tyler Huntley and
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence did bad, okay. But yeah, exactly. But Tyler Huntley, I don't know.
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
Tyler Huntley shouldn't be there, man.
Josh Allen wanted to play golf.
Offense
Sorry.
To Tyler Huntley, he didn't.
Josh Allen wanted to play golf, so he got a shot.
Pretty fucking much, right? Yeah, for real. Josh Allen wanted to play golf. I understand Justin Herbert not doing it because Justin Herbert had surgery. Of course, Justin Herbert had that surgery. He was fucking just carrying the Chargers on his back half the year.
I surprised it didn't happen sooner. Him not missing a game after shattering those ribs, nothing but respect.
Iron Man.
Nothing but respect.
Iron Man.
Yeah, honestly.
Would have loved it if they got Jordan Addison.
I want Jordan Addison.
That's a dream scenario.
I want Jordan Addison.
He's not falling the 30 year.
No, I think we trade up for him, honestly. I really do.
31, you guys. Oh, man. That would be nasty if you guys did get Jordan Addison. That'd be. It's like getting a souped up Brandon Cooks.
I would love it. I would really love to see it.
You're just getting Brandon Cooks when he was 21.
Yes. I'm so okay with that. He won't be wasted here. That's fine.
And, back to what we were saying about the Raiders and Derek Carr. Derek Carr doing so well in that challenge. My prediction is he's going to be a New Orleans Saints.
And, that's really not a bad idea, as the graphic shows. I do agree. Also, credit to, I think it was Sports Network that we took this picture from. I'm sorry, I forgot to
Sports Network. It's Sports Network's picture. We are borrowing it. We appreciate you.
I think that would be a really great spot for him. I think that he still does have good to give, and I think that division's definitely one of the most open, if not the most open, in the NFL. I would love to see the fit. I would love to see him with some of those guys and them to have a younger quarterback to kind of develop around, instead of having, Jameis with the broken back and Andy Dalton.
Yeah. Being Andy Dalton.
Being a shell, yeah.
Well, Andy Dalton's physically limited compared to Derek Carr. Derek Carr can still throw the ball extremely well.
Yeah.
I think he would be good for Chris Olave's development.
Agreed, yes. And Rashid Shaheed.
This will also be the best offensive line he's had.
Oh my God, yeah.
In years.
Yeah.
Years, man.
Yeah, I like the fit as well.
Since what? 2016, probably.
Probably, yeah, because it would have to be the year before the Eagles maybe? Won. No, I think,
I feel like 2017, probably.
Maybe.
2017, 2016, sometime around there is probably when he had his best offensive line.
That sounds about right.
I think you can do really well with the Saints. Dennis Allen and his regime with the Raiders are who drafted him.
Yes.
So there's that connection there. I think that's the best place for him. I think he probably gets cut sometime this week. I don't think he's going to end up being able to get traded.
No, I agree. I don't think they're going to want to pay him big dollars for anything.
I do think he ends up New Orleans Saints.
Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly I love that fit as well. You probably have Alvin Kamara being decent for a year or two more.
Maybe longer. He's the same draft class as McCaffrey.
His knees scare me though.
He's flexible. He works so much on his flexibility. He definitely
is. Yeah, those videos of him balancing on the ball while receiving, that's
juggling.
Crazy. Yeah.
I'm just more worried about his legal situation more than I worry about his health.
That as well. That's definitely Well, that's a temporary thing. That'll
It's a temporary
pass
thing.
eventually.
Money will take care of it.
Betting it all on the Saints to win the division next year. Just kidding. I'm
Ooh,
kidding.
I
I'm
would
kidding.
bet
I'm
on
kidding. I'm
Panthers,
kidding. Yeah, I'm
honestly-
definitely betting the Panthers next year. The Saints let me down so bad.
Also, Frank Reich is one hell of a head coach.
I love that signing.
Was a great. I guess we can talk about the Panthers just a
Yes.
little bit. I think Frank Reich was one hell of a hire from the Colts. I
Yes.
think he got shafted by the Colts with his quarterback
Definitely did.
situation most of the time with that team.
Definitely did.
And I think they're going to be the team that would get CJ Stroud. If they get CJ Stroud, that would be such a chef's kiss. He would work so well with what Frank Reich wants to do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I honestly think that they rock
As a
with
pocket
Darnold for
passer.
another year, though.
They could go Darnold for another year. He is a free agent, so it's gonna be up to them. Ooh, what if Darnold takes a really cheap deal and is just the backup for the 49ers behind Brock Purdy?
The
Go
third string
back to
backup?
California, or a bit second string because he probably won't be ready by the start of the year. He's having Tommy John surgery. There's no way he's gonna be back by the beginning of the year.
No, but I mean, yeah.
And you have
I
to
guess-
still have insurance in case Lance goes down.
It depends what happens with Jimmy G. I think that's really what we're looking at. So
There's no chance Jimmy G's coming back.
No. I mean, like if they can ship him off, like if they can get trade value for him. I think it depends
No, Jimmy
on.
G's a free agent. He's
Yeah,
free agent.
okay.
So there's nothing.
hmm.
They're hoping that he goes off next year with the new team he's on and
Yeah.
he picks up a comp pick.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're hoping that he goes to, like in the graphic, Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
pops off with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin,
Hmm.
and makes a Pro Bowl. That's what they're hoping for.
I see.
That way they can get the best comp pick possible.
I honestly don't know. I don't think it would be terrible, but I think Darnold still wants to try to prove himself, and I think that Frank Reich will probably give him 1 year to try to see if he can. Especially now that Brady's gone, I feel like they're kind of going to be drafting around because next year's like the better quarterback class. So
Yeah.
um,
Ooh, they could also be a team that waits until like maybe the second or third round goes for a guy like Hendon Hooker as well.
true. That's true.
Have him, and they also have Matt Corral. They can
Yeah.
see what Matt Corral does. He's under contract as well.
Who do you think is going to be like the last place team next year?
Ooh, in the AFC South.
No, overall.
Ooh, who's
I know there's a
have the
lot
number
to
one
think
overall
about
pick?
right now, but yeah, I'm kind of looking at it. And I'm
probably. Well, hopefully for them have their number one overall pick. 'Cause imagine if you don't own your pick
yeah,
for next year and you fucking
I know,
just suck.
terrible.
I don't think it would be Chicago. Chicago,
I don't
think's
think
actually
they
gonna
will
be pretty
again.
decent next
Yeah.
year.
I was thinking Falcons, but I don't think the rest of the division's good enough to dominate them.
No, I don't think so either. And with Cal Pitts and Drake London, they should. How bad is Desmond Ritter?
Yeah,
How
that's
good
really
are-
the question. Yeah,
I like Desmond Ritter, but I've been losing so much faith in him. I could see him not being very good. Worst team in the NFL. That's interesting to think about
Yeah.
because it makes sense to be a team from the NFC South, like because that whole
Yeah.
division just been bad.
let me look at this list real quick because sometimes visualizing it will really help. God, that's so bright.
Won't be the Rams because Sean McVay's too
No.
good of a coach.
It's not going to be anybody in the NFC East because they'll have stacked rosters.
Or,
Other than the
or West.
Giants, yeah.
The Commanders are in a good spot with Sam Howell.
Could be the Cardinals.
I like Sam. Depends how long Kyler Murray's out at the beginning of the year.
It depends
If
on
Kyler
how
Murray-
much they're trying to sell off right now. Because Kyler Murray, the last I heard, his rehab wasn't going as well as they
He's
were
taking
hoping.
his time with He's taking his time with his rehab.
Yeah.
It's smart to do long term.
Yes,
You're
definitely.
signed under contract for a while. If you get the number one overall pick as the Cardinals,
Oh my God, what do you do?
have so, you're gonna get a king's ransom regardless. Because
Yeah.
either a team's gonna sell their soul to you for Caleb Williams, or they're gonna sell their soul for Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. Yeah, I think the thing with Kyler is there's the narrative out right now, and I know like the people
I think
actually
it's such
inside don't
bullshit.
care, but the nobody wants to coach Kyler. That's why they're not getting it. It's like shut the fuck up.
Yeah, okay, I really want to know if it would be the same shit if it was a white quarterback instead of a biracial quarterback.
Probably not. I would guess
Probably
no.
not. I fucking not.
Um,
If it was Daniel Jones, we wouldn't be hearing anything.
God, Daniel fucking Jones.
But also, no offense to Daniel Jones, you do nothing wrong.
Yeah, Danny Dimes.
So, Danny Dimes.
He was pretty good about not turning the ball over. Hey,
Brian Dable did a great job with him so far. I think they're going to continue the Dable Jones experience for one more year.
yes, I agree. You know what? I want to give a shout out to me. The only game that I predicted wrong was Cowboys-Bucks. And the only reason I did was because I was sure that Brady was going to pull some magical hat fuckery out of his ass to win that game. But I've been right about every game so far. Every single one.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. It's going to be interesting, the last one.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week when I can read the injury
Yeah, we'll
report.
talk about it next week. But,
Like my heart is telling me, but my brain and my eyes reading the injury report is telling me.
Philly is also so fucking healthy.
Yeah, I know.
They're stupid healthy.
I know.
But where do you think Jimmy G should end up? I think Tampa is the place for him.
Yeah, the thing with Tampa is I don't know what they're gonna. I mean, they might just want to see what Kyle Trask is capable of.
If they play Kyle Trask, Mike Evans needs to be traded.
Yeah, oh, I agree with that. I think that should be a priority. Yes,
If
they should
you're
sell
not,
out.
If you're not trying to sign Jimmy G or honestly Derek Carr, if you're not trying to sign either one of them as Tampa, you're just starting Kyle Trask to tank.
They won their ring in this decade, right? It's tank time. They need to reset and move on. You lost Tom Brady. Kyle Trask is not going to pan out as a division-winning quarterback. So, move on. Move on.
Honestly, if they start Kyle Trask, they could be the worst team in the
They
NFL.
definitely could. Yeah, I mean, trade
It's
Mike
also-
Evans, trade Chris Godwin if you can.
Jamal Dean's going to probably be a free agent. Their corner, opposite of Carlton Davis.
Yep.
Because I don't think they're going to franchise tag him because
The-
like you said, they need a reset after Tom Brady. Levante David is going to probably be a free agent. He's going to end up somewhere else.
Yeah, and I was looking at the prices on franchise tags this year, and I was like, a lot of teams are going to let guys walk. Yeah, because
Jesse Bates for the Bengals gone.
definitely.
He's gonna walk. They're not going to tag him again.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors in here. I think if they, I honestly think the Bucks are just going to kind of clear house right now. I think they're going to understand that they need one shit year. But could you fucking imagine Mike Evans with Caleb Williams?
I would love it, but I don't think Mike Evans deserves to go through
Whatever's going to happen next year.
Dog
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I think if you ideally, where would you trade Mike Evans?
Ravens.
Could you convince? I think if Chicago trades down twice, like there's some new reports coming out that they might. If they trade down with the Colts once, or maybe if they trade down with whoever trades up to one, I could see them trading with Tampa Bay after that. And trying to get Mike Evans.
For first round?
Yeah. First round, they'll let them trade up. Let them trade up for where Tampa Bay picked from like 9. Scenario. Carolina trades up to 1 for Anthony Richardson. Chicago's picking at 9. Chicago trades down with Tampa Bay for their first and Mike Evans. And they throw in a third-round pick for this year or like a second or third-round pick.
Yeah, if they throw in a second, and are they taking the are they taking Mike Evans' cap or no? Are they taking Mike Evans' cap or no?
It would probably be Chicago. Chicago has so much cap room.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Wait, are you asking if I'd do that as Chicago or as Tampa? Because as Chicago, absolutely. As Tampa,
yeah, do it because trade up. You could be trading up for your quarterback.
that's true.
imagine if you imagine CJ Stroud does fall to there, and he's available
That would be
there
crazy.
at 9.
That would
At
be
9, if Chicago's
crazy.
there again, and Tampa Bay's like, hey, you're a quarterback away. We missed out on Jimmy Garoppolo. Stroud's there. He plays a similar style to Brady.
Yeah.
We can build around him for the future. We still have Godwin. We still have this offensive line that's very good. And we also have White, who's a very talented running back.
Yeah.
Let's just trade up real quick. We'll give him Mike Evans. Let Mike Evans have a good couple of years in Chicago at Justin Fields.
I'm here for it. I like it for both sides. I like it for both parties.
But that's a whole like
that's a three-way yeah.
That's just a whole scenario where you have to piece it together for it to be a perfect scenario for both teams.
Well, yeah.
And it also has to be prices right. I think just
Definitely.
the straight up Mike Evans and the trade up like 1-1 and maybe one other pick doesn't even have to be that high of a pick.
Yeah.
Also back to Tampa Bay.
Yeah. You definitely want
Probably
some
good.
compensation for letting
Mike
talent
Evans
like
in.
that. Yeah.
Well, I could see him doing it since they're going to take the cap and just taking the trade up, honestly, and just to have no other picks involved. Just get Tampa's pick and Mike Evans for for them trading up essentially like 10 spots. I think that would just be worthwhile. If I was debate, I think that would be a more worthwhile trade.
Chicago, I would yoink that. As Tampa, I don't know if I want to offer that
Tampa,
or what I'm trying to get.
Tampa would take it. If Tampa saw one of their quarterback targets.
Yeah, well, if that's the key. Yes, definitely. If they saw who they wanted, yeah. Last but not least in our large view is your guy Aaron Rodgers, and I don't know if you heard today, he officially denied any rumors that he would go to the 49ers. He said nothing.
Yeah.
And then when he was asked about Dallas, he smoked that ball.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he wants to go back with Mike McCarthy.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he wants to go to Dallas. I think it's either going to be Jets.
I don't hate Raiders.
Jets or Raiders, pretty much, yeah.
Him back with Devontae, I think that would be fine, but I don't know if he would want to go to the AFC West with how much better all of the teams have gotten. That would just be.
I also don't know how. I don't know how the Raiders could. Aaron Rodgers is not going to want to go play there behind a shit offensive line.
No.
So, I think the Jets could be a better place.
Yes.
Because their offensive line will also be healthy next year. Mekhi Becton will be back at tackle.
Yes. The Packers are. Sorry.
Vera Tucker,
Yeah.
AVT, that is a very good offensive lineman that can play guard or tackle. I mean, Garrett Wilson is essentially just a young Devontae Adams.
Yes, and you have Breece Hall. Breece is my RB1 in PPR next year. Especially if they get Aaron, he's RB1 in PPR. No question.
And it makes you also wonder. Probably going to also have Elijah Moore and Corey Davis as well. Good receiving core right there. I like it.
Yeah.
And also Nathaniel Hackett's their offensive coordinator.
Yes. So, and I think that's going to be much better as the OC. He was Nathaniel Hackett
he was a lame duck head coach.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not too surprised that the owners of Walmart pulled the trigger on getting Sean Payton.
Yeah. They have the money to pay him anything he wants because there's no cap on that. Yeah. But, I agree with you. That dude. There were some really
Waltons or something else.
Fantastic coaches in the NFL this year, and happy to see Sean Payton come back for sure.
Him too.
You knew he was not going back to the Saints. It was not happening.
Dennis Allen's their head coach. They're fine with it. I think the Saints are in a little bit of a rebuilding period right now where they just need to figure out what they're going to do.
Yes, they need to sell off what they can and.
Okay. Either go after Derek. I feel like they should do either the same thing as Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Either go after Derek Carr or Jimmy Garoppolo, or just blow it up.
Yes. Yeah. And that's exactly I think that division is going to have some of the worst teams, but ironically enough, even if you do have the worst team in that division, it's going to be hard to lose every game when you have teams that are also so dog shit. Yeah. So
eventually, one of these teams are just going to stumble their way into the playoffs.
Yeah, no joke.
And then just fuck their draft stock.
Yeah, my favorite thing would be.
It's like why is both the South divisions?
Yeah.
Both conferences.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think something interesting to look at for the future would be how the Texans do this year.
Yeah.
Because if the Texans decide that they don't want, they're probably going to go QB this year. But if for some reason they wanted to try for next year for Caleb, I
think they get Bryce Young this year.
It's very possible.
I think Bryce Young's going to be a Houston Texan.
I would believe it.
And man, I think Bryce Young could actually have them competing enough to they're not going to have the number 1 overall pick.
That is, definitely, no question.
He can make something out of nothing.
You're having John Mechie back. Or John Mechie is hopefully going to be back for this season. Brandon Cooks is back.
I don't think Brandon Cooks is going to come back. I think
he'd probably burn the bridge. Yeah.
It's going to be John Mechie,
Dameon Pierce,
whoever else they draft. Dameon Pierce. I could see him drafting a wide receiver in the first round too, with their other first round pick.
I would believe it. That would probably be
make Quinn Johnston.
Yeah, I was going to say Jalen Hyatt or Quinn Johnson. Yeah.
I don't think Jalen Hyatt's going to go in the first round.
You don't? I do.
I think it's going to be a second round pick. I like Jalen Hyatt a lot, too.
I think he's going to be like...
Here's Blitnikoff winner, but I think he's going to be a second round pick.
I think he's going to be end of first, man. I think when you get into those teams that are so high-powered offensively, there's definitely going to be some teams that are looking for him.
Yeah, he would fit well with the Chiefs. You know what team I really hope gets him?
Kansas City?
Cardinals.
Oh. Well,
he would work... Okay. It's essentially just getting another Christian Kirk back in this offense.
Not the worst.
Christian Kirk again.
That's definitely not the worst. He had a pretty good year.
Yeah, he did with the Jags. Just him and Trevor Lawrence had a really good year.
Zay Jones too.
Knocked out Justin Herbert.
Yes.
And the fucking Chargers. Yeah, Zay Jones had a nice year. Evan Ingram had a great year.
Yes, Evan Ingram had a fantastic. I criticized the fuck out of him at the beginning of the year. I said I thought he'd lost all of his athleticism. I did not think he was going to have a good year, and he proved me wrong. Definitely.
It's gonna be interesting if he comes back to the Jags or not. He will.
I have to wait and see on that.
Why not?
It's very possible.
He had a career season. Why would you leave Doug Pearson and Trevor Lawrence?
Hey, no joke on that.
When you're a tight end, why leave them?
You're right about that. I agree.
But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to end up with Jet at the end of the day. And that division's just going to be so saucy.
Yes, definitely. There's a lot of good and interesting things that could happen next year.
But it's Jimmy G back to the Patriots. They said they wanted to bring in a vet for competition for Mac Jones.
They bring in just Tom Brady in a disguise.
You can also see him re-signing Jacoby Brissett. Patriots.
No. Jacoby won't do enough to win enough games.
I mean,
no, I think Devontae Parker and Jacoby Myers had good enough season with not throwing the ball.
Jacoby Myers is going to be a free agent.
Oh, is he?
Jacoby Myers is going to be a free agent this year, and I'm not 100% sure Bill is going to give him enough money to make him stay.
Probably not. He doesn't like paying receivers that much. No. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to think about, a lot to talk about, and as we get to the conclusion of the season, it's very sad, but this has definitely been one of my favorite seasons of football to watch.
Oh, yeah.
This was
been
a great year.
Fun year.
Definitely, 100%.
I love that the Super Bowl comes down to the best quarterback in the NFL
and the best
against
roster.
the best team.
yeah,
the best overall team.
I'm very happy because both of the Kelseys already have a Super Bowl, but
yeah, I know.
Again, this is just a great opportunity because, again, it's going to be another Super Bowl won by a black quarterback either way, and it's going to be another ring for my favorite
the Kelseys
tandem of brothers, in the NFL. So,
Two Hall of Fame brothers. They should both be Hall of Famers. Jason Kelce, the Hall of Fame center. Travis Kelce, the Hall of Fame tight end.
I was listening to a debate today that was like, is Jason Kelce a Hall of Fame center? And I was like, yes. How is that even a question? How?
Yeah. Such a great, zone blocking center. And also, how many centers do you see that pull and plays very often? He's so athletic in the center position.
Yeah, dude.
It's straight cap. And what he does for the QB sneak game is also fantastic. If the Eagles win this game, though, he's retiring after that game.
Definitely. No, for sure. Because he's got 2 girls, I think.
And his wife's pregnant.
Yes.
And here's the thing. We're bringing their OBGYN to the Super Bowl. His wife and the kids are going to the Super Bowl. There's a chance she could give birth at the game. By the way, you're seeing my cats in the background. That's Luna. Loki's poking his head out as well.
I don't think I can't see him on camera. Oh yeah, I can. Hi, Loki.
Yep.
Dude, that would be nuts. Mm-hmm. Name that child Victory.
I mean, you remember how? Remember last year, Van Jefferson's wife gave birth
immediately,
right after they fucking won.
Yeah.
Want to hear what their kid's name is?
What is it?
Champ.
I respect it.
I respect.
That's a W, man. That's hard. Why is your name Champ? My dad won the Super Bowl when I was born.
The day I was born.
My bad. My bad. Check yourself.
Scored a touchdown.
True. Yeah.
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 Oh man. So we both agree Lamar Jackson's gonna go back to the Ravens. I would
love to see him in Detroit, but I agree with you.
Detroit would be fun. I've seen so many people wanting him to go to Atlanta. It would be so great for the culture if he went to Atlanta.
I would love it.
It would be so cool. I would be see a
Kyle Pitts numbers.
Since Michael Vick.
Yeah. Kyle Pitts would be tight end 1.
Kyle Pitts would be insane because of how well he does with tight ends with Mark Andrews. Drake London, another big body wide receiver, would be great with him.
Yeah.
But I think the Ravens are committed to doing whatever it takes to keep Lamar Jackson in the house.
Well, they better give him that money.
Worst case scenario, they will tag him. If they can't get...
Oh, I think they're going to, but that's going to piss him off.
I mean, I think if they're transparent and they tell him straight up what's going on, I think he'll be okay with it.
Maybe. I don't think if they tag him, he's not going to show up to training camp.
That's fine. Actually, no, it's not fine because he's going to have a new OC.
Yeah.
But
exactly. Yeah. I don't know. There's going to be a lot to look at. I think we have to wait for the season to end to get a clear picture on any of this. And again, we're never going to. It's impossible to know what Aaron Rodgers is thinking.
Aaron Rodgers too. Aaron Rodgers is probably one of the more unpredictable quarterbacks.
Yes.
The situation in Green Bay is very unpredictable with Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers both being there.
And it's so difficult because, that if he asks to come back, if he says, I really want to come back, they're probably going to be like, we kind of have to. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Look at the NFC right now. I mean, outside, Philly has a bunch of impending free agents, and they have to re-sign Jalen Hurts soon.
Yeah.
49ers may not have, Trey Lance is still unproven.
Yep.
I love Trey Lance. I believe in him, but he is unproven. Brock Purdy is not going to be there to start the year. Tom Brady's gone.
Yeah, speaking of, Trey Lance had a second surgery because his first surgery, there was an issue with it, with his foot or ankle, with his foot specifically, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but he'll be fine in a couple weeks.
Oh,
I think he's going to be cleared in, a week or two.
Probably. I believe it.
There's no Tom Brady, like I said. Dallas will always shit the bed.
Commanders,
NFC,
what are they doing at quarterback? Yeah.
Yeah, the NFC's pretty fucking open.
I think they just need to stay alive in that division is the big toughie because the Vikings, even though they have Kirk Cousins, they have Justin Jefferson, they still have some great. I mean, Dalvin Cook was pretty good this year. They still have Alexander Madison. They have Hawk
Vikings.
now.
I'm trying to get rid of Dalvin Cook. Because he did start to decline near the back end of the season.
Bro, trade Kirk Cousins somewhere. Get his ass gone. I don't want to see him anymore.
Okay. Just wait it out. Just wait out this one last year of Kirk Cousins. That's another place where I think Hendon Hooker will thrive.
Yes.
Is with Minnesota. Or
Anybody
Andy
would.
Richardson.
Anybody would. You could put me out there and I could throw to fucking Justin Jefferson.
Oh, you'll hit him every once in a while eventually.
I get him with 10 yards here and there, but that's about it.
The NFL corners are still fucking no joke.
Oh, I know that for a fact. But hey, man, with 10 yards, I can put some heat on it.
I can put some heat on it. Hey, I can give him the ball in an end around real good. Oh,
I know which way to turn. Okay, I know which way to turn. Brock Purdy.
I know which way. Hey. It's harder than it looks, man.
Oh, I know. No, definitely credit to all those guys. There's a reason that they're professionals, and we're sitting here talking about it.
Exactly. Man. I could just see the NFC being weak. Another reason to bring Aaron Rodgers back for one last ride.
Yeah, definitely. I like the Jets. I think I would love to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jets or Raiders. Honestly,
the Jets are my adopted team. I want to see it.
Jets or Raiders for me. That has to be it for them. It's a reunion with Devontae Adams, or it would be so dope. Aaron Rodgers, like personality in New York City.
I agree. Yeah, he definitely fits. He would be like the cowboy in the big city type vibe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I hate the rumors of him to the Tennessee Titans because I think he would absolutely hate that. I don't think Vrabel's his kind of coach.
Yeah.
I think he likes Tennessee and he likes Nashville.
Yes.
As like city.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just like having friends down there and shit and he enjoys the city and the music and all, but he doesn't want to play there.
No, because also look at the receiving core you're going to. Traylon Burks flashed a couple of times.
Chigume Okonkwo, I think is how you say his name. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, they're tight end. They just flash in the game. Players. Yeah.
I think his main criticism was his short arms, right? I think that's what his main. Yeah. So. Yeah.
But I would rather be throwing to either Devontae Adams or Garrett Wilson next year.
No question. Not even throw to Breece Hall and you'll have a better time than throwing a.
Well, everyone the Titans have, but that's just where I stand with it. I think it's gonna be interesting what they do with Ryan Tannehill and Malik Willis going forward.
Same.
Dude, Malik Willis did not look good this year.
No, he looked really great as a rusher, but not as a passer at all. Like there were some situations that he got out of that I was like, literally how? But other than that, he looked pretty buns.
They're gonna have some decisions: either keep developing him or
move on.
Maybe even move on. Pretty much, he's a second-round quarterback, so I mean,
backup.
Actually, third-round quarterback.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're
not paying him anything.
To go or just do anything you want.
Yeah, I think just keep him as a backup. I think just wait until next year's class and then just
get rid of him. Well, man, I think that's pretty much. Do you think any other vet quarterbacks could get moved?
Matt Ryan to the retirement home.
Matt Ryan to the retirement home.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people saying he could maybe be the backup for Trey Lance.
I don't want to see it.
Knows Kyle Shanahan's system.
I don't care. Matt Ryan needs to retire.
His arm's cooked. He needs to be done. He should retire, but
Carson Wentz needs to retire too. You have a Super Bowl ring. Go home.
Yeah. Oh my God. Nick Foles needs to retire as well.
No, Nick Foles. Well, actually, Tom Brady's retired. Nick Foles. Big Dick Nick. Gave him the business every time. So.
The one time they played.
Nick Foles was on Chicago's roster when they beat the Patriots, no? That was 2018, no? That was after the Eagles Super Bowl.
I'm not sure if he was on the roster yet. I thought he was on their roster last year.
You might have been right about that. No, he started 2 seasons with Chicago. Hold on.
So 2019, 2020?
2020, yep. I'm fairly certain, so there's 2020.
He may have been on the team where they beat Tampa Bay.
Hold on. Let me see. October 8th of 2020. Big Dick Nick beat Tom Brady as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Yep.
Obscure fucking stat that I would know and come up with.
Yeah. Okay, don't even say Nick Foles did, because that was straight up Chicago's defense. Super Bowl, that's when they went back and forth, and Tom Brady also put up 500 yards.
I know, that was nuts.
And we're gonna loop back to Tom Brady real quick. Even in the Super Bowls that he lost, Tom Brady still put on a show.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, no joke.
He still kept him in it.
Yeah, if you debate that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time, you better have a damn good reason.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any. The only arguments that you could really make are with guys who have also won a bunch of rings. Like, some people would argue Peyton just because he was more athletic. Joe Montana, yeah. Patrick Mahomes in the future, that's fine. But right now, it's Brady.
You can't argue Patrick Mahomes against Brady for best.
That's why I said in the future. In the future.
Yeah, in the future, he needs to make it to a couple more Super Bowls before you can.
Well, hey, we're
really
gonna five straight home championship games. That's all I'm saying. But
I mean,
3 Super Bowls in 5 years.
You want to look at Brady's career then? You want to look at Brady's career then for how many?
No, because he played in the fucking AFC East. No, I don't want to look at that.
No. Okay. Some of those AFC West years weren't that impressive for.
No, I agree, but it's fine. It's all right.
Fine.
We'll take the wins where we can get them. Yeah, I don't think I have anyone else. I think there's just some guys that need to retire.
Yeah, I think there is, but also this draft class is interesting at quarterback. Yeah. I think it's not as bad as people are trying to give it credit for. I'm just wondering who the Davis Mills is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be that
Davis
random
Mills?
This class is going to be some guy in later rounds ends up actually showing up, or Brock Purdy even.
True.
If I had to guess who's going to be the Brock Purdy of this class, I'll guess Dorian Thompson-Robinson from UCLA.
Jeez. Yeah, okay.
He's going to go in the 6th, 7th round. Athletic quarterback. Played with Chip Kelly.
Let me look.
Former Eagles coach.
Let me take a peek here. I mean, it could be Max Duggan.
Oh, I have no faith in Max Duggan. Okay, you know who's going to draft Max Duggan
Who?
and low-key start him?
Who?
Alice. Jerry Jones fucking loves him already. Jerry Jones already loves that kid. He's already been talking about him.
Stetson
and
Bennett.
Also, he's already... Okay. Jerry Jones wants the Cowboys to draft a quarterback this year.
I believe it.
Yeah, he won.
He's
like, I have to think about their long-term plan. Shannon Sharp said, Dak's 28.
Yeah, I know. He's just also led the league in interceptions. Yeah. He didn't even play in 5. He played in 12 of 17 games, and he led the league in interceptions.
What if? Hot take. Dallas trades. Yes. Dallas trades Dak Prescott to Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Or 2 first-round picks.
I'm going to be honest with you.
This year or next year.
I don't like it.
Tampa wouldn't. You don't think Tampa would take it? Dak's shown that he can play with a loaded roster.
With a loaded roster, emphasis, and Tampa needs to blow it up. Okay.
I know.
Look.
This is if Tampa really wants to still go for it.
The Cowboys have a top 5, unquestionably, top 5 defense, top 5 offensive line. So when we're looking at these things that Dak has around him in the receiving corps that he's had and been able to do fuck all with, I don't think that the Tampa would do that.
I mean, not Tampa, but there would definitely be a market for Dak Prescott.
Definitely be. I just wouldn't want. I would not be a buyer.
I mean, I could see the Jets being a buyer if they miss out on Aaron Rodgers.
Giving new meaning to Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say Aaron Rodgers ends up in Vegas.
Yeah.
With Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Jets pulled the trigger for Dak Prescott.
Jets fans would pull the trigger.
Just their first round pick this year. Dallas packages both those picks up together, trades up to 1. Chicago for Bryce Young.
I mean, that's a lot of pieces. That's a lot of pieces.
Big ass fan theory there that
Okay.
That probably won't happen, but I could see something like that happening.
Undisputed, Dak Prescott is a Zach Wilson upgrade. Undisputed.
Yes.
However, his liabilities, I'm out.
I know. It's interesting. I think Dak's going to still be the quarterback in Dallas next year. I don't think they're going to trade him. They're definitely looking for his replacement.
Oh, yeah. No question. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And also poor Dak Prescott getting broken up with by his girlfriend already.
She knew she was never going to get a ring.
Oh, God. I hated that so much. I was like, you all suck. But I think that's another team that could possibly that's probably a mystery team that could have some quarterback movement.
Yeah.
If there's a playoff team that sneaks up and trades up for a quarterback and maybe falls, it could be it. They could be a team. If Will Levis falls a little bit, I could see Dallas trading up for him.
Oh yeah, no question. Shit, I could see the Giants. I could see a lot of teams doing it. I could see a lot.
I do think Will Levis is gonna fall in this draft.
Especially, yeah, Yes, I agree. I think I agree with you that AR is going to go up, and a lot of people are going to. Yeah.
Finally,
Levis is not going. He's not going sooner than 12. There's no
finally,
chance.
I feel like everyone's came full circle with me. Back to where I'm at. Anthony Richardson is the toolsy quarterback you want from this class.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, I completely do.
What a fun show we had this week.
Yeah, for real.
We didn't have too much to cover. We went over the championship games.
Yeah.
A little bit of
We're just fucking spitballing the whole time is pretty much all we did. That was literally it. Yeah.
And thank you for everyone for coming and spitballing with us. Once again, it's been my co-host Brettley and myself, Brando. Follow us on our socials. Follow PitchPassPod.
If you have made it... Oh, sorry. My apologies.
No, I was going to say, and just have an amazing weekend, everybody. Enjoy. Hey, give your significant other, especially if they don't like football, give them attention this weekend.
Yes. Because next weekend, that's for us. That's for the football fans. If you've made it this far in the video, please like, subscribe, comment. It helps us. And if you've made it this far specifically, please type banana in the comments. Banana. B-A-N-A-N-A.
What's up, everybody?
Banana.
Buddy, we gotta go real quick.
Peace out, y'all.